Hi, and welcome to the posture workout. This month we have a straighten, untwist, and reset the body routine, and we are starting off here with standing overhead extension for 1 minute. Position your feet straight ahead, hip width apart, interlace your fingers, and bring your arms overhead with your elbows locked out straight. Look up. Place an arch in your low back, and place about 5% more weight onto the inner edges of your feet, specifically onto your big toe. Breathe into your rib cage and hold. So how often do you look up in your day-to-day basis, in your daily life? Probably not very often. So the human body is a move it or lose it organism. We're moving those muscles that look up, so it's going to feel awkward. It's going to feel a little bit different. Getting you outside of your normal day-to-day routine here. Now for standing arm circles. Your feet should still be pointed straight ahead. If they've moved, reposition your feet right under your hips and press your fingers tightly into the pads of your palms. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Look straight ahead and circle your arms forward 40 times. Keep your stomach muscles relaxed. So what are we doing here? Well, we're moving the shoulder joint or the glenoid humeral joint through internal and external rotation. So we're switching now, circling up and back for 40 reps. And the musculature of the low back and the pelvis is responding to this movement of the shoulders. So it's really important that you keep your stomach muscles relaxed and keep your weight equally distributed from left to right in your feet. Keep looking straight ahead and try to keep your hands back out of your peripheral vision. Nice work. Let's get into standing elbow curls. Press your fingers tightly into the pads of your palms. Place your big knuckle at your temple directly behind your eyeball. Point your thumbs down towards the floor and lift your elbows as high as they'll go. Bring your elbows to touch in front of your chest and spread them all the way back. Inhale and exhale. Take one breath per movement. And don't let your head move front to back. So here we're moving our upper back through flexion and extension, and we're moving our shoulder blades through protraction and retraction. This is a great way to counteract upper back tension that sets in with computer work. And remember to keep your stomach muscles relaxed on this one too. You're doing a great job. Now let's get into counter stretch. Start off with your hands at chest height. Walk your feet back directly under your hips and kick your hips back to place an arch in your low back and tighten your thighs. Now it's really important that you keep your hands at their original chest height. So it'll be tempting to slide your hands down the wall, but don't do that. Start off with your hands at chest height and keep the hands firmly on the wall. And it's also really important that you keep your thigh muscles tight. You must tighten your thighs, your quadriceps, in order for your back to release here. So you should still be kicking your hips back actively, tightening those thighs. Almost done here. Good job. Upper spinal floor twist. 2 minutes today on each side. Start off with your ankles, knees, hips, and shoulders all at 90 degrees. And take your bottom hand, so in this case I'm using my left hand, to hold on to your top knee. Open up your top arm towards the floor behind you. Turn your head to the right. Hold and breathe down into your belly and your low back. Now, it will be tempting to let your knees slide apart as a way to get your top shoulder towards the floor. So don't do that. Keep the knees stacked and this is going to keep the pelvis stacked. So the purpose of this exercise is upper spinal floor twist takes the mid to upper back through rotation with the hips in a stabilizing position. So that's why it's so important to keep the hips and the knees stacked. Breathe into your low back and emphasize breathing out. Your range of motion will increase here during the 2 minutes. A lot of people ask me if they should be forcing their top shoulder towards the floor, and the answer is no. Let the top shoulder hover above the ground and use your breath, emphasizing the exhale as a way to facilitate the release in this position. Keep your elbow joint straight with your palm up and your fingers spread wide. Nice work. Keep breathing into your belly. Now close it up just like you're closing up a book. Bring the top arm all the way back to meet the bottom arm, then switch sides. And start off here again with the ankles, knees, hips, and shoulders at 90 degrees. And take your bottom hand, in this case it's my right hand, and place your hand on your top knee to keep your knees stacked. Open up your left arm towards the floor behind you and turn your head towards the left. Breathe into your belly and your low back and emphasize the exhale. Be sure to keep the left arm in line with the shoulder, with the elbow joint straight, and the palm facing up towards the ceiling with the fingers spread wide. It's also important to keep the feet flexed. This will help keep the hips and the lower body active, acting as stabilizers here as we rotate through that mid to upper back. So now you're noticing that top shoulder slowly settling towards the floor. Keep breathing into your belly and your low back. Nice work. We're going to come out of this the same way we came into it, by taking the top arm and closing it all the way up towards the bottom hand, just like you're closing a book. Now for Crocodile, start off with your legs straight, with your knees fully locked out and your feet hip-width distance apart. And here you can see that I've started off with my left leg stacked on top of my right leg. And flex the feet back, tighten the thighs, squeeze the glutes, and lift the left hip off the floor and turn your head to the left. Your arms should be out at 90 degrees with your palms down. Now the goal here is to work the muscles of the lower half of the body while keeping the upper half mostly relaxed. Now this is a tall order. If this is your first time doing Crocodile, try it for 30 seconds and work up to holding this for a full minute. Now let's keep actively working into this position. You should be actively pulling the toes back, flexing the feet, tightening the thighs, and squeezing the butt. The goal is to get the hips perpendicular to the floor. Relax, switch sides, position the feet hip-width apart before you begin your opposite side. Stack the heel on top of the toes, Tighten the thighs. Straighten the knees. Squeeze the glutes and lift that right hip off the floor. Keep the shoulders relaxed and keep the fingers pressed to the floor with the fingers spread wide. Breathe. Keep working this position, flexing the feet, tightening the thighs, extending the knees fully, squeezing the butt, and lifting that right hip off the floor. So you will notice if you have one hip that is rotated forward, in this exercise, one side will feel harder to lift off the floor. So this is a great way to establish balance and symmetry through the muscles of the hips and the legs. Keep breathing. Good job. Now for cats and dogs. So we've given those low back muscles quite the workout from Crocodile. So now we're going to get moving and we're going to reset the muscles of the spine, the shoulders, and the hips. We're going through 20 reps of cats and dogs today. So start off with your wrist joint directly beneath your shoulder joint, your knee joint directly beneath your hip joint. And with cat, you're going to tuck your hips under, spread your shoulders apart, lift your back up towards the sky, towards the ceiling, and look down. With dog, we're going to do the reverse. Tilt your hips forward. Drop your shoulder blades together, look up, and breathe in. So your hips should be the driver here. Move the hips first, and the head comes last. The purpose of cats and dogs is to re-establish the rhythm between the upper body, the lower body, the pelvis, and the spine. This teaches the body to work together as a unit. Just a reminder to keep those elbow joints straight. Breathe with each movement. Inhale as you look up. Exhale as you look down. Still using those hips as a driver here. Shoulder blades come together in dog, shoulder blades spread apart in cat. Good job. And now for air bench with block. We're going to reset the body, leave the body in neutral, place a block, a foam roller, or a couch pillow between your knees. Position your feet straight ahead with your ankle joint slightly in front of your knee joint, and come back to sit up against your wall with your hip joint just above your knee. Now be sure to remember to wear tennis shoes or use a yoga mat here for traction to prevent slipping. For 1 minute, press through your ankle joints. Press the low back flat against the wall and squeeze in against your block. Relax your stomach, breathe into your belly, and hold. Here we're strengthening the hips, the inner thighs, and the quads. The form is the most important thing, so perfect the form first, then work up to 1 minute. You're almost done here. Keep pressing back against your wall. Keep squeezing that block. Stomach relaxed and breathe. Nice work. Now for some things to remember. Upper spinal floor twist. Don't let your knees come apart like I'm showing you here. Keep the knees together as a way to keep the pelvis stacked. So use the bottom hand to hold the knee in place. Let's talk about the position of the head and neck. Your head and neck should be congruent with the rest of your spine. So here I'm showing you the wrong way with my head off to the left, looking towards the left here on this side. So the correct way, slide the head towards the right and turn the head towards the right. And you'll do the exact opposite on the other side. And finally, on upper spinal floor twist, don't let the arm come down with the palm facing down. We don't want your shoulder in that internally rotated position. Keep the arm in line with the shoulder with the palm up. Now let's go over the biggest mistake that people make in Crocodile is they slide the feet together, which I'm showing you here. So don't do that. Start off with the feet hip width distance apart. And this is the correct way from the side view. The knees are locked out straight. The feet are in a straight line. So the incorrect way is with the knees bent and the feet not in a straight line. So it's actually a big myth that you're not supposed to lock out your knees. In a safe position here, it's perfectly okay to lock out the knees. And now I'm showing you the correct way. Once again, feet hip width distance apart, stack the heel and twist. Thighs are tight. All right, now for air bench with pillow. See if you can catch what I'm doing wrong here. My feet are turned out. So the quick fix for that, just simply turn the toes inward so the feet are pointed straight ahead. You should look a little bit pigeon-toed to yourself. Congratulations on completing your daily posture workout. Remember to make this a daily habit, just like you're brushing your teeth first thing in the morning. This will set your body up for your day. If you have questions or comments, please post them to the Facebook community, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.